Next on Mixed Effects, we'll visit a Memphis musical mosaic, and the Mixed Effects spelunking crew goes on a big adventure in the jungles of Mississippi. And I'll be on the show, but watch anyway. I'm Robert Harder from the all-new all-hit Z98, and all that is next on Mixed Effects.
Hey, wow.
Welcome to Mixed Effects. Thanks for joining us. I'm Cindy Souther, and our first guest today is a DJ from the all-new, all-hit Z98. Welcome, Robert Harder.
Well, thank you. I'm flattered to be asked to be on the show.
Well, great. Well, how did you get involved with Z98?
Well, actually, I was with the station that was Rock 98, actually, before it became Z98. And I was doing middays at the time, and then I found out the station was being sold, and decided to remain on because I had an inkling as to what they were going to do with it and thought it would really work here in Memphis. So I decided to stay on, and they made me research director and put me on from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. when they came in.
Well, what separates, well, now that there has been a change in Z98, what separates it from other stations in Memphis?
Well, I think Z98 is the only really true well, I don't want to get too technical, but hot hit station in Memphis right now. We call it a CHR, Contemporary Hits Radio. And basically what we're doing is playing, we research the market and we're playing the music that our target audience wants to hear right now. And our target audience is pretty much mainly females, actually, from anywhere from 12 to 34, but we'll take all the males who want to listen, certainly. Anybody who wants to listen to Z98 is certainly welcome. But we heavily research the songs, and on that we base our playlist.
And you've got some special features that let the audience help program Z98, and one of those are during your show.
That's right. We have Battle of the New Songs, which is a way for us not only to get the audience involved, but for us to test new songs and see how well they do. It's on at 10 o'clock every night. That's how I open my show. And what I'll do is I'll put 2 new songs up, and the one that gets the most votes over the phone is the winner. And we'll keep that on the battle until it loses. And of course, if it goes 2 weeks or longer, we'll retire it, so it doesn't get too boring. But usually songs that go 2 weeks on the Battle of the New Songs, we add to the playlist immediately.
Okay, and are there more than 2 songs?
No, we battle 2 songs per night. Basically, the way it works is, say for example, I battle song X and song Y loses, then song X will take on song B or whatever the next night until it loses.
Okay, you've also got some other gimmicks going that help the audience to be able to program, like on the weekends you mentioned the
we
yes,
just
no.
started a yes-no weekend, and the way that works is we have 2 separate phone lines, and people can call up, depending on which number, 2 separate answering machines, because we get so many calls we have to put it on machines, and vote yes on the songs they like and no on the songs they don't like. Any song that gets an overwhelming number of no votes, for example, when we first started it, there was a Rick Astley song out called She Wants to Dance With Me. And we thought it had pretty good potential, but we found out that our audience wasn't crazy about it. It got a bunch of no votes, so our morning show, Rumble and Thrower, actually threw the song in the river, and we dropped it from the playlist. So it's a way for the audience to call us up and to basically program the station, help us program the station, because a radio station should be that. It should be not just a bunch of DJs or whatever getting together to send out signals to the audience. It should be feedback and total participation from the audience and the people who work there.
You mentioned the morning show. What kind of, sometimes they get negative publicity and sometimes they get positive. Do you think that helps their ratings?
Yeah, I think so. There's a saying in radio that publicity is publicity, negative or whatnot. But I don't think they go out looking for negative publicity. What they do is they try to entertain and be a little bit controversial and funny. And when you do that, if you're going to do something that's truly funny, you're going to step on the toes of some people. Not to the point of being cruel, but you're going to offend some people. They try to do that as little as possible, but I think they do a pretty good job of keeping people entertained.
They seem to work together so well. One does all the impressions, and I
Right,
understand
that's Rick
they
Rumble.
never worked together before.
No, they didn't. Actually, they got together for the first time right before the show started and just hit it off just like that. And that'll sometimes happens. It doesn't happen very often in radio. When it does, take advantage of it and put them on the radio because they really work well together. And Rick Rumble, who I mentioned, is a tremendous talent. He can really do a lot of impersonations. He has a very good talent for hearing someone, celebrity for example. He does a very good Sammy Davis Jr. and does Pee Wee Herman to a T. He has a very good talent for hearing someone and picking up on their sound instantly.
Well, they always have different gimmicks in the morning with either, like you mentioned, Pee Wee and the secret word, or
Right.
how many times can you say Z98? Who comes up with these different contest ideas?
Actually, that would be our promotion director, John Doyle, who I think is the best promotion director in the city. He's the person responsible for coming up with all the contests, getting the audience involved, and he's a very creative person. And he's come up with some really creative ideas, and it's just great to have him on the staff.
What are some of the things that we can look forward to in that line?
Well, we have, coming up later this month, we have the Kudzu Festival at Overton Square. We're going to block off Overton Square and have a bunch of local bands, including Good Question, Reba and the Portables, and several others get down there and celebrate Kudzu. Actually, it's just an excuse to have a big party.
Oh, definitely. Well, you mentioned that you were a research director. Now, what does that involve besides?
Basically, I'm in charge of a group of people who call out and play songs over the telephone for people, for people we recruit through the phone book, and get their opinions on them. It's basically the eyes and the ears of the radio station, and without it, we'd really be lost. So it's that way we found out that certain songs, like I said, referring back to the Yes No Weekend, we found out that certain songs we thought would be hits actually weren't as popular with our audience as we suspected, and songs we might have overlooked have really become big hits. For example, the Sheriff hit, When I'm With You. It was 5 years old, and when something's that old in radio, you kind of tend to pass on it and blow it off. But through research, we found out that our audience was crazy about it, and many of them had never heard the song before, despite the fact that it was 5 years old. So it went on and is still in very high rotation at the radio station, still doing very well.
Okay, well, Z98 is really moving up in the ratings.
Yeah, we are. We're coming on right now, and it makes me feel good, and everybody at the station's excited about it. Cautious, but excited.
Well, what do you attribute this newfound
say
publicity?
That our uniqueness, our high energy, for a long time in the Memphis market, every radio station had its own niche. There was a country station, there was a hot hit station, there was a rock station, and there was not one too many stations, which you need to have a competitive environment. Then when Rock 98 powered up to 100,000 watts and moved to Memphis, there was a competition. 103 and 98 were going at it, and there was all of a sudden one too many stations in the market. Now, 103 is not necessarily our competitor anymore. Of course, we compete with all radio stations per se. But basically, I think the fact that we are willing to be different and not be a cliche is what attracts many listeners to us.
Well, all the best luck to you, and I thank you for joining us.
It's great to be here. I'm flattered to be asked.
Well, great, and we hope to see you again, and we'll see you again.
Let's ask this guy. Maybe he can help us.
What the hell's going on up here? What are y'all folks doing up here?
Well, we thought maybe you could help us. Do you know these parts very well?
Yeah, I was born and raised up here. What do y'all want to know about it?
Well, we were looking for the salt mine.
Yep, there's one up the way a bit. What do y'all folks need to be snooping around up there for?
Oh, we're just doing this video project. It's for a college class in TV production.
Yep, man could get hurt up here hanging around these salt mines, though.
Oh, we'll just be on our way then.
Y'all want me to show you how to get up there?
No, it's really okay.
Well, pretty mouth like yours, I'd beat
Oh,
its
hey,
mouth.
oh my God! Put it down! Don't shoot! Wow, are you okay?
I think so.
Is this the cave?
Maybe we shouldn't go inside.
I think it's too late.
Did you bring that flashlight?
This is incredible.
I'm sure we brought it. I mean,
I feel like I'm on one of those adventure explorer type things, you know, National Geographic or something.
okay, slow down.
Come on, honey.
This has gotta work. Did we get batteries?
Hey, did you remember to tie that string back at the entrance?
What string?
Oh, come on. Don't tell me you didn't tie the string.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
This has gotta work.
Which way do you want to go?
Left.
Whoa. Check this out.
Slow down.
Bless this cave. Could be some sort of satanic ritual. Wow, what if there was some Neanderthal still alive living in here? Ooh, I love the echo in here.
Whoa.
Isn't that neat? Listen to that echo.
Wait. Look down.
What?
Look down,
oh,
down.
Oh, God, thanks. I almost walked right into it. Thanks for the warning there.
Back up.
They should have that sign back down the cave. You see some bones? Surely they weren't bones. Come on, we can make it around it.
I just heard something.
What?
Wait, don't you hear it?
I don't hear anything. It's just us. It's just our echo, and our.
Oh, I just heard it again. Did you not get batteries for this?
I thought you brought the batteries. Look, we've got to get this straight next time. Hey, we could live here. Yeah. How's that string holding out?
Just fine.
Honey, you're not holding the string.
Okay, well, I just heard it again.
Wow, this looks just like the esophagus of a whale. This is neat. What's that?
That's it.
Oh my God. It sounds like some sort of a caveman or something. Let's back up. It's okay. Now
That's it.
this can't be the way we came in. No,
That's the way.
this can't be it. No. Come on, let's think this through. Wait a second. Oh, come on. Now so I think that guy's playing a trick on us. That hillbilly back on the trail.
There's something that maybe I should tell you.
What is it, honey?
Do you remember that time at my sister's?
Wait a minute. They're way out.
Someday.
Oh, we're gonna find our way out of here.
Well,
Look, honey, there's something maybe I should tell you, though. Just in case. I really want to clear things, clear the air. You know that business trip I took to St. Louis? Yeah. It just wasn't all bit. Whoa! Oh, thank God.
It's light. What?
Oh.
Business trip. Hey, the flashlight. It works.
Oh, God, it's great to see sunlight again. You ready to go home?
Yeah, let's go home.
Welcome back to Mixed Effects. Our group today that we're going to be talking to is Mosaic. And if I could introduce you to them, this is Richard, and then David, and John, and Richard. Chuck, David, John, Richard.
There you go.
Let's try that again.
Okay, tell me about Mosaic. What kind of music do you play?
Well, we play all original music. It's all music we've written ourselves. It has a definite Memphis flavor to it. It involves and evolves with and through R&B, jazz, reggae, fusion type material. Pretty much you name it, we'll go through it at some point in time, and it's all our own.
Who writes the music? Do all of you write?
Yeah, we all write the music together. And it's a mutual deal. We all take responsibility for it one way or another.
What about lyrics?
Richard writes most of the lyrics, actually.
You do that. Well, how did you get started? How did you get started in this?
Well, I'd been playing in a band called Free World, and got to the point that I wanted to get away from being in somebody else's band and form something that was a little bit more of a democratic type thing rather than being in somebody else's band. So I handpicked a few musicians, and we got together and started writing. And it evolved for a few months. We kept writing. We got better at what we were doing as a three-piece, myself and David and Chuck. And we added some horns. And since we've now added John on horns and keyboards, and Michael Carney pitched in his efforts on the sound side and production as well. And it's an ever-evolving thing. You never know what to expect because our music is all original, and that songs can and do change on an every night basis. Every time we play them, they evolve because there's not a piece of vinyl to compare them to yet. There's not the songs as they're supposed to be. So I sing, and sometimes I'll change words, sometimes I'll change how I sing. I had a cold a couple weeks, and I sang a lot of Jim Morrison type work. You know, it's an ever-evolving thing, and it feels really good.
All right, now you've played with some semi-famous people.
Yes, I played out in Vegas for 18 weeks, and then we went to Lake Tahoe, Reno, Nevada, Galveston, Texas, Houston, Florida.
This is with another group.
With another group. This group we were based out of Oxford, Mississippi, and I moved back to Memphis. I'm originally from Memphis, and it got to be kind of hard to drive to, say, Biloxi, every weekend. And I called up some people and I told them I wanted to be involved with a Memphis-based band. And I've been back in Memphis for a while and I hadn't heard it from anybody. So eventually I talked to Michael Carney, and this band was looking, they made a joke about they were looking for a sax player, keyboard player, and percussionist that sang. And when I called him, I told him that's what I did. And it's like they kind of got what they wished for, and I got what I wished for.
That's good. Now, how did you become interested in jazz fusion or Memphis rock?
Well, actually, I've pretty much played rock all my life, but Richard and I, a while back, we started playing with Herman Green and Noki Taylor, and a lot of the people that basically put this place on the map, they kind of took us under their wing and showed us the old way to do it, and I think we really benefited from their knowledge,
Definitely. And Chuck, you're still a student, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here at Memphis State?
Yep.
And are you working with music here at Memphis State, or is that
Yeah,
your
I'm in
major?
the commercial music program. I'm in recording technologies. I intend to graduate and start working in a studio somewhere eventually, hopefully in about a year.
So you can all contribute to not only the sound, but the music and some of the technology there too.
Absolutely.
That's great. Where do you play? Where are you playing now?
We play at the South End Restaurant, which is on the corner of Front Street and Calhoun, south downtown of Memphis. We play there every Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, starting when? At
We
what
start
time?
at 10 and play till 2 or so.
Okay. How long have you been doing that?
We started, our first gig was December 20th.
Okay. Have you any plans to do any recording anytime soon?
We've been in the studio here at Memphis State once. We've been in Sounds Unreal Studio as a pilot project, and we have definite plans to go back and complete our tapes.
We also have Box Top Central as well, which is our own studio.
Yeah, it's a pirate studio in town. We set up ourselves in our rehearsal hall. We're kind of proud of it. It worked out pretty good.
Are you planning on putting anything out on the market soon? You think?
As soon as possible.
Yeah.
Now, who would you get to play Memphis music around town? What radio stations would be most interested, do you think?
Well, I think the variety of the music, just about any radio station would benefit from playing it, as well as us benefiting, of course. But our music is so versatile that just about any station here could play it.
That's good. Well, what do you do during the day? I mean, are the one Tuesday night a week the things that you do? What do you do?
I'm the day manager at the North End and 10 Bar.
Okay, John,
I'm food distribution.
And a daddy.
And a daddy. My son Marcus Cole said hello to me or don't come home. So hello, Mark.
That's good. And you've made music your life. pretty
Yeah, I
much,
actually play around town in a couple of different bands to get by so I can do my original thing within this band.
right? Okay.
And I'm in class.
And that's a job in itself.
Yeah, it takes up a lot of time.
Okay. Well, how did you meet with Chuck and?
Well, David and I played
David.
in a band called the Moonlight Syncopators approximately 2 years ago or so. And we traveled all over the southwest United States, southeast United States, playing the Fratting Club circuit. Had a real good time. And Chuck was a very old friend of my fiance, and she introduced him to myself. And we just got together on 8/8/88 was our first practice session. We all got together and, just started playing, started
Funny
writing.
thing about it is,
Yeah.
Richard and I, the first time we met each other, shook hands and got on a plane and took a plane ride, actually.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
And for me,
Never met before, just cruised off on a plane to a gig.
it's really what I came back to Memphis from Knoxville. I went to school there for a while. And when I came back, I said, well, I want to come to Memphis and get involved with the band, start playing there. And I figured it was going to take a while. And I came home, and in 2 weeks, his fiance, Lori, just said, well, you ought to meet my fiance. He's a musician, and we hit it off just like that. Within 2 weeks, it was first practice.
Noki Taylor played with us for some time as well, and other different in the Moonlight Syncopators. And Michael Carney is an old friend of myself and David's both. And it's really neat, this band, because we're not friends because we're in a band. We're in a band because we were all friends in the first place.
That's good. You emphasize the fact that you play a lot of original music. That's all you play.
That's all we play.
And you were telling me about a feeling that gives you
There's
when you
a
get up
certain
there?
degree, at least to me, inside myself, of integrity when we finish a gig, and we didn't rely on anybody else's top 40 tried and true, already sold 1 million copies music to get through a night. And we get through the night on our own music, on our own 2 feet. We're a group. We're unique among ourselves, and we play. This is what we're about. It's like every note I play on my instrument, it feels as if I'm forging a new, as if we as a group are forging a new path through the woods. A musical type of a exploratory thing, and it feels really good to get through the night, and people didn't throw things, and they didn't leave in droves, and they actually danced and had a good time, and our crowds tend to be very appreciative, and it feels really good because, like I said, there's integrity behind what we're doing. We're standing on our own feet, and it feels right because there's to play other people's music. Unless after your gig you're paying royalties to BMI for the privilege of using somebody else's music, you're stealing from another artist, and it's something that I'm sure none of us would appreciate having done to us, because if you're making money off somebody else's music that's copyrighted, you're obligated under the same musical integrity that I'm talking about before to pay those royalties to BMI so they can in turn pay them to the artist who wrote the music originally. But we don't do that. We play only our own music because that's all we really feel we want to play. I don't think any of us in the band have any desire to play anybody else's music in the first place. And then even if we did, which I'm sure we never will, as other bands I'm sure do around town, it would be nice if they would respect the industry of music as it is and pay the royalties that the other artists deserve.
Okay, and your aspirations as a group are what? And just briefly, what are your goals?
Chuck, what do you think our goals are?
Well, I'll tell you, personally, and I think we all pretty much feel this way to one degree or another. We all were raised on the Memphis scene, the music scene, and well, we're waiting to see something new come out of Memphis that is a Memphis sound that everybody in the business is talking about right now. But naturally, we want to record this stuff, and we'd like to release an album eventually. But even more than that, there's sort of a code of ethics that we have here. We try not to take ourselves too seriously. We like to keep it light, but there are some definite things that we believe in, and one of them is a word that's been used a lot, is integrity. We actually believe in a Memphis form of music, and we want to be part of it. And our band is a reflection of that belief in every composition that we have, because you can't escape where you're from.
Well, good. It sounds like that you will all make a big impact on Memphis music here soon, if not already. We'd like to thank the band Mosaic for joining us. You can hear them at the South End Grill at 10 o'clock on Tuesday nights. And we'll see you again, too.